Hey, welcome into another episode of the Seahawks Show with your host, Todd Fox. As we dive into this Thursday night football recap, it's Sunday evening right now on the West Coast. Just a long day of watching football. I came into the studio to record this episode for you. Please like and subscribe. Hopefully you guys like what you hear and what you see in my breakdown. Hopefully you can pass it on to some other Seahawks fans and we can all you guys can criticize me good or bad. I could take it. Leave some comments or whatever if you enjoy the show or not. Basically, this was a huge win. The Seahawks were sitting there at 6-3, along with the Cardinals, and this was for a huge victory. If they won this game, they'd have a 2-game lead on us, even though it would be one game because they beat us prior on that game we gave up 10 points to previously. And the Seahawks, after starting 5-0, had lost 3 of 4, so it was a huge game. There was a lot of pressure, and I don't know if you felt the tension as far as no fans being in the field once again or on the field. It's just the fact that that first drive, you almost had to score that touchdown. So we'll go over the video highlights. We'll tell you what happened, the good and the bad, where I was right, where I was wrong in the prediction show, because I did predict the Seahawks to win, but in a 3-point victory. I'll get to some more of the things that they had to do. I'll get into some injury stuff with the Seahawks. And so we'll just get into all of it. But first, real quick, like I said, like and subscribe. And then in this game, look, there was the defense came up big. One of the predictions I will brag about and kind of boast about and hold my chest out a little bit is the fact that I kind of predicted the Seahawks were going, or I said the Seahawks were going to play better defense, even better than last week when they lost to the Rams, because the fact that I think they they're starting to find their groove a little bit. Guys are trying to find their roles. And we had some guys off the practice squad that filled in nicely. Shaq Griffin's not there. There's a few other players that aren't there. But, like the addition of Dunlap and then Snacks Harrison came in there just as a body. He looked big as hell, but he was blocking up some of the run gaps. And the Cards really never got anything going running the ball. And I really love the fact that they held Murray intact for most of the game. And we'll get to the stats too, and then I'll show you why. So here, let's start off the game. The game's first drive. A lot of pressure on the Seahawks to score, and let's go over some of the plays from that first drive.
Second and 16, quick setup.
Getting the tight ends involved was key in this game, and unfortunately, this was Olsen's probably going to be his last game of the season. I'll be very shocked unless the Seahawks make a super deep run in the towards the Super Bowl. I don't see him back at all, so that's unfortunate. But he started out playing good for the Seahawks in this game. And one of the keys to the game, too, real quick before we get going on more highlights, is the fact that the Seahawks could not allow any turnovers. Don't have any turnovers in this game. You couldn't give Cardinals extra snaps, and they did that, and that helped the defense big time.
In the pass. Arizona backs out after showing a lot of people up close. Here's a nice catch and run. Wilson with protection now is going to take off, and he's going to. Once they do,
and see in that game when Wilson got that little carry, the little run. Usually he doesn't run that early in the game, or usually he hook slides. He was trying to get as many yards as he could. That's where I started to see this team's a little desperate. They got to score, and the fact that Carlos Hyde is an established running back in the NFL. He filled in the gaps nicely again without Carson in there. We didn't have to rely on other backs off the practice squad like Scarborough, who was a player they brought in that did some damage in this game before he got hurt. So we'll go over some of those injuries, like I said. But here's another good play here.
He did a lot more than 4 targets in a ball game, I promise you.
Wilson is going to scramble now, throw end zone, touchdown Metcalf.
And you know what? I heard something about on that touchdown right there by Metcalf. It was Wilson buying more time, and he just found he just found on the play action right here to Scarborough, who was wearing number 40. He found Metcalf streaking around from the left side. Metcalf's up here. He comes all the way around and scores a touchdown. And DK Metcalf was earlier quoted during the day, why do you wear the whole pacifier mouthpiece? He says, because I'm a baby amongst men in the league. I'm a rookie. I'm just starting out. So look for him to graduate from that little mouth guard in the future, which I hate to see him let it go. It looks pretty cool. You know, it's original. But nice catch and throw, Liz.
Wilson is going to scramble now, throw, end zone, touchdown, Metcalf.
And that wasn't Patrick Peterson on defense on that particular play, but boy, that dude was getting torched. So for all the talk of him being equal to Ramsey, that didn't happen. And I think Seattle took themselves out of the Ramsey. I mean, I got into that frustration last week, so I'm not even going to touch it. But it was a good start. Right away, I was feeling good because Seattle opened up with an opening drive score to go up 7-0, and then the defense responded by getting a quick 3-and-out. I was very happy.
Third down and 7. Murray throws and incomplete.
That was actually a good defense. And I felt Seattle really could have put the pressure on by scoring a second touchdown or getting a field goal, but that didn't happen. And I was kind of frustrated with that because Seattle actually, for the first time that I can remember this season, shut a team down on their first 2 drives to start the game.
Wilson is sacked for the second time. Isaiah Simmons.
That was pretty disappointing. I felt, man, they should have did a quicker pass right there to get a first down because Cardinals were coming with 5. We talked about it in the pregame preview is that the Cardinals will rush 5 to 6 at a time. They'll come with all-out blitzes. They blitz a hell of a lot. So what they like to do is run stunts. They got a stunt right here, and even with an extra blocker, it didn't help out, and Wilson still went down. That was a slow developing play, so that was kind of irritating right there.
Run 5 wide receiver at times as well. That play, however, with the running game, they went with 2 tight ends.
Murray looking for somewhere to go,
and that was the key, keeping him into the pocket. And then look at right here, Seattle's defense all up on the line. They're not playing 15 yards off the ball, which I really, really liked. And then watch what happens here.
Chase Edmonds in the ball game, and that just became 5 yards more difficult. 3rd and 12.
With no 12th man there, the Cardinals jumped like 3 or 4 times, which was awesome. It would have been great with a 12th man there and them doing the backing up of the truck noise and then the fans just getting really, really more loud. But, you know, it was like there was an imaginary 12th man there because the Cardinals were rattled.
Thanks to a false start.
False start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
Backed up 5. It looks like they're going to just retreat and play coverage.
3rd down, pass caught by Fitzgerald, and he swallowed.
And you notice on that drive, too, when they try to run those screens, the Seahawks, for the first time in 3 weeks, weren't overrunning those screens. They actually were playing back, playing more protection, and daring teams to throw the screens because then they could have a better chance of making a tackle. Instead of overrunning the blitz, trying to be so hungry on the quarterback, you forget about who you're covering. So that was pretty nice patience.
Made it real clear he wants to see a little more of that running game tonight.
3rd down and 3. Here's one aired out for Metcalf, and they got it. Metcalf out of bounds with a big one against Peterson.
And see, that would have, I think, opened up the drive. However, there was a holding call by Damian Lewis, which took it 10 yards back. That drive stalled as well. So you have like a chance to go up 14 or at least 10 points in the Cardinals, and it was disappointing because, you know, penalties, and Damian Lewis would get them later as well. They overcame that one, but that was a huge penalty right there to start.
And DK's been waiting for that.
Yeah, it's a move they were working on the last time these 2 teams met. Off the line of scrimmage, and then it becomes a foot race.
Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty, and repeat, 3rd down.
Now, of course, 3rd down goes nowhere.
3rd down and 13 now after the penalty.
He had forever.
And Wilson cannot find anywhere to go with it until now. Downfield and contact.
Yeah, how was that not pass interference, by the way? There was all kinds of contact, and poor Carlos Hyde got pushed all over the place, turned around, no penalty, and right there I was already getting pissed. I'm like, here we go again, man, giving the breaks to the other squad, which for the most part the Cardinals got a few good penalties in this game going their way.
Murray keeps protected, and off he goes and slide. Their 3rd possession, it's 2nd and 6. Pass to the sideline is caught. 2nd and 10. Murray throws and caught.
Yeah, that was a crazy throw. I mean, look, Murray did 2 of those. One of them worked where he had a guy just in his face, and it looked like he closed his eyes, threw the ball, looked away, and absorbed the hit. That was a perfectly thrown ball at tight end. He tried doing that in the 4th quarter. Didn't work, thankfully, but there it is, and then here's where the Cardinals get on the board.
Playing through some real discomfort right now.
1st and goal. Here is Drake, and the ball is out. Picked up by Seattle and DJ Reed.
Which DJ Reed played a hell of a game, by the way. Again, I think he's going to be very hard to take out of the starting rotation because he's playing his ass off. But in here, he picked up the fumble. I thought it was a fumble from that angle, but when they showed the other side, the ball clearly crossed the plane. Kenyon Drake scored the touchdown. We're tied at 7.
Guy runs hard every route. I watched him on Sunday. Every route he is coming off the ball full speed.
Watch the screen.
3rd down and 5.
Yeah, watch the screen right here, and they run it anyway.
All linebackers and defensive backs in the lineup for Arizona. Quick throw and a 1st down carry.
That's right.
Look at this run right here.
To Scarborough.
So at one point you had 4 different running backs in this game, which I love because the Cardinals didn't know if the guy was going to be a receiving running back, if he was going to be a blocking running back, or if he was going to take the ball, fake, whatever. It was really nice to see. Scarborough ran really good till he got an injury too, so this was pretty good, the fact that Seattle was able to mix it up.
For Arizona, Dogby, his 2nd game played in the Miami loss. Rookie from LSU. Throw is caught. Lockett. 3rd down and 3.
Look at that nice run. Nice run.
Marked him at the 11. Wilson sets up end zone and caught by Lockett for the touchdown.
That's just beautiful. I mean, Lockett does that. He's like the best I've seen on the team since Steve Largent, and I only saw him in highlights. I never saw him live. But, you know, I started following the Seahawks in 89 or 88, so I didn't see him make these plays. But Lockett, compared to the highlights of Steve Largent, and they drag their feet the same way. I mean, it's unbelievable how they knew their awareness of where the ball was, the out of bounds, and everything is like 100%. I think Lockett is probably going to go down unless Metcalf jumps him as the 2nd best receiver in Seahawks history.
Some big plays. One of them a 47-yard touchdown. He got beat there for a touchdown also.
Murray keeps, and down he goes. He gets hit
and Dunlap with another sack right there. That was awesome. I mean, look, they were keeping him in the pocket. That was one of my keys to the game, too. Keep Murray in the pocket. We showed so many highlights from the Buffalo game and the other games that he played in, and especially against us, where he just was like running wild. And in this game, Seattle had a great game plan of how to keep him in the pocket, and they forced him to stay in the pocket. I think that was one of the greatest things they did to win the game, because otherwise they take the L on it if they let Murray run wild.
Tried to kind of get this.
So they had a 13-7 lead because of the missed extra point.
Pass rush going. They went out and they brought in Carlos Dunlap. You know, he's the latest guy to try.
Pass caught by Drake, and now he is able to outrun Trey.
And that was disappointing because Trey Flowers got turned around again. I'm like, God damn it, this guy can't cover anybody. So that turned into a 1st down play.
Handoff here to Edmonds, and he's to the 39. Flags are down. Bobby Wagner with a tackle.
Holding. Offense number 67. 10-yard penalty and repeat. 1st down.
You know, they started out the year 0-3-1, and he adjusted what they were doing philosophically, and things started to come together after that.
Here is a pass caught on the sideline by.
You know, I like too in this game was that Seattle knew when to blitz, when not to blitz, and I like the fact that for the most part they played okay coverage, better coverage than they had in the last few weeks. And I also like the fact that they didn't let Hopkins go wild as well. Hopkins did not have a really huge game in this game. That cocky bastard was kind of shut down.
Murray throws, pass pass is caught for the first down.
So if guys like Kirk and that other guy, I forgot his name, made catches, I was fine with that. I was fine as long as it wasn't Fitzgerald and Hopkins making big plays, because those are your playmakers. And he was taking some shots, dude. I mean, Murray took some freaking shots in this game.
Another quarterback in the first round, but it's paid off up to this point.
Here's one down the sideline. Kirk, and with a lot of
Well, this run right here.
Here is Hyde.
I know that was on his mind, and we were going to see a fair amount of it tonight.
Yeah, that looked like a missed false start. That play started. Yeah, it really.
So Seattle, at this point, they didn't get the first down. Again, Moore had poor recognition where the first down was.
Not been able to find a groove yet. Murray.
And Dunlap almost hit him again.
Edmonds to the side. Third down and less than a yard. So they got to get the first down here first. And right now that's up to Murray, and he loses yard.
So Seattle get the ball back with 53 seconds left to go. You're thinking they're not going to score before halftime. This is a very tight, contested game. I thought there would be more scoring. I thought it'd be kind of more closer to 20s at this point.
Wilson gets out of the end zone and throws. Caught. Lockett. Knocked. Wilson ducks through trouble. And now will run.
Big first down.
Cheating the safety to give a little bit of help, it looks like. Here he is cheating.
Here is Dallas for a first down.
And look at Dallas, though, man. Look at Dallas. Dallas was, I think he's raw talent right now, man. Give this guy another year or two. I think he would be a potentially good back if Penny leaves after this year, because, and still, I mean, Seattle's offense is like really. And there was a key right there. That injury forced the Cardinals to take another timeout when Seattle only had one timeout left, I believe, at that point. But my point is, with the running backs, the situation with we not knowing what Carson's going to do next year, Rashard Penny, things like that. You know, you got Hyde maybe you could bring back, but DJ Dallas ain't a bad backup, dude. He's not. And I think he's with another year under his belt. Watch out.
First down, 20 seconds left. No timeouts remaining for Seattle as they lead by 6. Deep drop. Wilson airs it out. Flag down on the play, and here's another flag. DK Metcalf.
Now, you kind of wish he took chances like that against Ramsey in the Rams game. Like, just let him take a shot. If he had one-on-one, let him just take a shot, man. You never know. It could be a pass interference. Metcalf could make a spectacular play. And look what they got, a pass interference on Patrick Peterson. I really thought they were going to score here, but then Metcalf, whatever it was, lights in the eyes, whatever, he didn't pick up the ball, and it would have been a sure touchdown to end the half to go up 20-7.
With Peterson in coverage, and there are 2 separate fouls on this play.
Check this out right here.
This turns into a 46-yard penalty against Peterson. Here's one into the end zone and in.
So they had to settle for a field goal.
Myers has now made 22 straight. And it's a 9-point ball game at the half.
So at this point, you're up 16-7. I'm thinking this is one of the most important drives of the game. Cardinals get the ball first, second half. You don't want them to get a field goal to make it a one-score game or a touchdown. You want to keep the pressure on and do what the Seahawks have done not at all this year, which is grab a touchdown, punch them in the face, really put them behind the 8 ball, pin your ears back, and play some real defense. No, Seattle could not could not step on their neck again.
Christina thanks. First down from the 19. Murray backpedals as he hits Drake, and Kenyon Drake.
No one has any.
3rd and 11 right here.
Playing on at home or on the road, but sure has been tough on the Cardinals.
Here's one behind.
Now that pissed me off. That play right there pissed me off. Because Hopkins, a little jerk that he is, if you noticed on the replay, God damn it, what's his freaking name?
Flag is gonna
Diggs.
fly as Hopkins got hit.
You see how late that flag was? And he's going to come over here
Waiting for it
and go right to Diggs. Now, the problem is I don't have the replay for that. But when they show the other angle, it looks like a bang-bang play on that version, but the other angle shows the fact that Diggs led with a shoulder and hit him on the shoulder. When he hits the ground and realizes, oh, I'm a princess and I didn't get the ball and I don't see a flag, he points to his helmet. And then the ref throws the flag. The ref wasn't just, oh, I'm having trouble pulling it out of my pocket. You know, it's taking me a minute to get it out. No, the ref was clearly going to go like this, incomplete, pass incomplete. As soon as he pointed to his helmet, he said, oh, concussion protocol, illegal hit, blah, blah, blah. It looked close enough. He threw the flag. So that extended the drive. That gave him 15 more yards, and instead of having to punt from inside their 20, they've got a whole new set of downs, and of course, Seattle does not do good when they give a team second chances. Whoops.
So mark down that play as this one is caught. 2nd and 10, pass to a wide-open Kirk.
All of a sudden, Seattle's defense was turning into Swiss cheese again.
Pass is caught.
Seattle has been good against the run all year for the most part. They've been dominant tonight.
Murray is going to throw, and the pass is caught by Edmonds for a first down at the 4. End zone pass is caught for the touchdown, Arnold. For Wilson.
So at that point, at 16-14, I'm pretty pissed off because I'm like, dude, I keep going back to the Diggs play. I'm thinking that could change the game. If Seattle doesn't do anything on this drive and the Cardinals get the ball back and go down there, you know, we're kind of in a bad spot.
2 touchdown passes, 3 incompletions. So he was dialed in. First possession, second half.
Look at that move. Look at that move. Look at that move.
Stays in and takes it in.
If you notice, he's not the kind of guy where everyone said, oh, he's just a streaker. You know, he's just going to run one route, 2 routes. That's it. This guy's turning into a very good route runner and very aware where he's at. So they're turning into a very good tandem out there with Lockett and now DK. And if we ever get Gordon on the field to see what he can do, you know, you can rape somebody, you can punch someone, you could beat your wife like Antonio Brown, you can make horrible music videos. Yet you can be on the field with Tom Brady because he's Tom Brady, but you can't bring back a guy who smoked a little weed and who, when it was illegal, got busted a bunch of times. I get that, but it's not legal anymore, or at least to the ratio that they want him to, and he's been sober, and he's been tested, and he's still not reinstated, so that's kind of messed up. So that's my rant on Gordon. I really want to see him get one more chance because he's gotten a bunch of them. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I would like to see him get one more shot because he's a Seahawk. Why not? And he can contribute. But my point is DK is a great route runner. And he just made another guy miss and got extra yards. And he looked like he was on a mission right here in this drive. That helped get this drive kicked up another notch.
Blitz off the edge. Quick throw. Pass is caught. And Olsen is... 3rd down and 7.
What a play.
Is caught by Lockett.
Now look at that.
He can't get away.
The fight
hits Drake and
watch.
Kenyon Drake.
No one has.
Whoops, I went way back.
Playing on at home or on the road, but
hold on, let me skip ahead here. So here we go. My bad, I hit the wrong button. But here's a play. 3rd down.
3rd down and 7. Pass is caught by Lockett.
Lockett kind of gets twisted around, and DK didn't like that. DK gets into a fight kind of, and he draws the penalty because Peterson hit him. Or I think it's Fitzpatrick.
Fight breaks out, and now finally a flag comes in. By the end of it, DK Metcalf was involved in it.
I think they might have got Metcalf throwing a punch.
It was the other way around. That set up 1st and 10 on the 17. So Aikman, once again, you're wrong. Check this out. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at, get off me.
Sets up 1st and goal.
Touchdown.
For the touchdown.
Man, he had a nice game. See, Wilson didn't have to carry this game. You know, he had help.
Well, both teams have had costly 15-yard penalties that have been the difference in stopping them and keeping drives alive and coming away with touchdowns.
That was literally his best run
defense,
right there.
They're significantly better when he's in the game in run defense. Here he is.
Murray keeps, throws, pass to the side. Makes it 2nd and 21. There's a hole in the defense in the zone and up to the 40-yard.
That play should not happen when you have a 2nd and 21, and it's mind-boggling. Do not give up 19 yards.
Line, that's where playing here on a Thursday night, 2nd down and 10. Passes.
Make a tackle.
Hopkins with a move, broke a tackle, big play.
That was his biggest play of the game.
Well, they got a free play.
It is that as it continues. Pass is caught by Fitzgerald. There are a couple of flat.
Seattle matches that up with their base defense. 4 down line, 3 linebackers.
Hand off to Drake.
They string him out to the boundary.
3rd down and goal.
And nobody covered this dude.
Pressure wide open for the touchdown. Chase Edmonds.
That was actually Adams' dude right there. He went full-on blitz and was worried about Murray scrambling, as he should, but you still got to cover your guy. And, well, he didn't. At this point, I'm pretty upset, but what can you do? You got a 2-point lead at this point.
Kyler Murray looked up. He had about 4 Seahawks right in his face and just a lob to Edmonds, who was left alone. That was Buda Baker trying to time up a blitz.
That was a nice run.
In this game, 23 on the year. 3rd down and 13. Here's Lockett, wide receiver screen.
Again, 3rd and 13, and we run a wide receiver screen. That was not going to work. Here's the key of the game right here.
Short.
They've started to find a little bit of their rhythm.
Murray's looking to try and they're going to throw a flag.
Adams forces an intentional grounding right here to back the ball up on the 2-yard line. The next play, the Cardinals commit a holding in the end zone. My wife was like, I didn't know you can get points for that. Yeah, you can. If there's a penalty on the offense that's committed in the end zone, it's 2 points automatically to the defense, and that's what happened.
He was trying to set up a screen for Dan Arnold.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 1. This carries a loss of down. 2nd down.
12-yard loss. He was outside the pocket, did not get it back to the line of scrimmage. Mike Pereira says it's the right call from back in L.A. Here's a flag.
The flag in the end zone. This might be a safety.
If this is a hold in the end zone, it's a safety. The pass is caught by Hopkins.
Holding. Offense, number 64. This penalty occurred in the end zone. The result is a safety.
Yeah.
Without Posick, Jordan Simmons.
Now here's a drive right here. You got 8:43 left to go. Seattle was winding the clock. They were doing a good job. I felt you get in the end zone right here. This is a statement win. You score a touchdown. You go up 32-21. You give the Cardinals no chance to come back. They have less than 2 minutes. They can get down there and get a garbage touchdown, but who cares? It's over, right?
With a calf injury. Jones is starting at guard now. Obuehi. Here is pressure on Wilson, able to get away from it. Passes.
I mean, it started good. But here's the key to the game right here. 4:25 to go. For some reason, Schottenheimer pulls this play out of his hat.
Field goal.
Wilson
Oh, not this one. This is a first down. Now you're still looking good right here. Now it's down to 2:55. Here's the play that is sophomoric at best. Really stupid in my mind. If you're going to run the ball to your strength with a stretch or a pitch, but a proper pitch. Hyde wasn't ready for it, and here's what happens.
Here's a loose ball, and Hyde.
Seattle was so goddamn lucky to recover that ball, number 1. Number 2, that pitch was terrible by Wilson, and the play was going nowhere anyway. I mean, the Cardinals sniffed that out, so terrible play call. That would make it like 3rd and 18, so no chance to get a first down.
No indication. Did he get back on top of it, or does Arizona have it?
Boy, the way that Arizona was...
So 3rd and 18, the Seahawks try to go for a quick touchdown. Doesn't work. I'll just spoil this play real quick. And then the fact that you're walking away instead of having like a 3rd down and manageable, like a 3rd and 6 or a 3rd and 7 if you only got a yard or 2. Now you're going for 3rd and 18. It's just not going to happen with the Cardinals playing this far back and protecting the end zone. You'd have to have a perfect play. And of course, Seattle doesn't. and they have to settle for a field goal to only go up 7 with 2 minutes left to go. Plenty of time for Murray to come back and tie.
They fake the quick throw. Wilson backs out and now just gets rid of it. Is now marked down at the 31, so a 41-yard try by Myers. And he is red hot. Didn't miss an extra point in this ball game. Second missed extra point this season. But now it's a 7.
And I was feeling right there, dude. He missed that extra point instead of an 8-point game. Now, again, touchdown, extra point ties it. Instead, they wouldn't have to work for the 2.
7-point game. 4-man rush. Fitzgerald.
Here comes the Swiss cheese defense.
And they just get it away. Here's Fitzgerald, and he will be shoved. Pass is caught. Isabella. Second and 4. Pass is caught. Quick throw for Fitzgerald. Lets the blockers get in front of him and
of just going and getting the first down.
Here's Edmonds right up the gut. Another.
Now here's where it starts getting interesting because now they're down on the 27-yard line. Swiss cheese defense is starting to tighten up a little bit. Cardinals are going all out, 5 receivers. He's going to think, okay, I got 2 timeouts left. If I need to scramble, I can get away. I can pick up some yards.
Second and 10. Murray protected. End zone. Contact.
Perfect defense.
No flag.
Perfect defense. He was screaming for a flag, couldn't get it. Diggs timed it. Key right here.
Murray, end zone. Pass is broken up.
Remember that throw he threw in the first quarter where he got the tight end to the 2-yard line to set up their first touchdown? Same thing happened there. Uninbated to the quarterback, linebacker, or D lineman was in his face. The throw was just a little bit off, and that's all it took. The game was it went down to this. It was 4th and 10, and honestly, I was thinking right here, this is 50-50, the way the Seahawks defense plays. But then Carlos Dunlap came around and made a really nice sack on Kyler Murray, who I thought was going to scramble. What a way to end the game.
Here's Murray sacked.
Look at that celebration.
2 sacks in this ball game for Dunlap.
And that was it, folks. The Seahawks get the victory. So we'll go over the injury report real quick, man. I just want to get to this real quick. Shaq Griffin obviously didn't play. Ethan Posick didn't play. Quentin Dunbar didn't play. Chris Carson didn't play. Dwayne Brown didn't play. Jared Reed had a hand. He's out a little bit. As you know, Greg Olson's going to be gone. He tore his plantar fasciitis. That has got to be really goddamn painful. So he's out. Stats of this game: Kyler Murray, first for the Cardinals, 29 of 42, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times for 12 yards. Rating of 102 is pretty good. Here's where the Seahawks won the game. They only allowed Kenny Drake 11 carries, 29 yards, and a touchdown. Kyler Murray only rushed 5 times for 15. Usually, like I said, he rushes between 60 and 80 yards per game. So that was huge. The Cardinal running game in general only rushed 18 times for 57 yards. Larry Fitzgerald, not Hopkins, was your highest receiver, 8 for 62. Hopkins only had 5 for 51, so no long plays, so that was huge. Kirk was 4 for 50. Let's move over to the Seahawks real quick. Seahawks, Wilson, 23 of 28. He got back to an efficient offense. 197 yards. The yards weren't there, but he had 2 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times and had a rating of 119.8. Carlos Hyde, this is where they won the game. Carlos Hyde, 14 carries, 79 yards, a 5.6 average, 1 touchdown, 17-yard long. Wilson was a 10 for 42, so that was pretty good. Scarborough had 6 for 31 before he went down. He did like the splits, and I bet you his groin was hurting. Lockett, 9 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Metcalf, 3 for 46 and a touchdown. Olsen's 2 for 20. Hopefully that's not the last he'll ever play. But that's basically what it came down to. Seahawks did a very good job. Team stats real quick. First downs, the Cardinals had more, 17 to 12. They did a lot of dinking and dunking. Yards were pretty much the same for rushing or for passing. rushing. Seahawks had the advantage, obviously. Penalties. I thought in this game, what was I going to? There's no turnovers for either team, so this was a clean game. Penalties obviously were a little bit more in favor of the Seahawks because they had 8 for 79. Cardinals had 10 for 115, so there was a lot of penalties. Seahawks had the ball for 35 minutes. That is another key to the game. Time possession. When they had the ball, they weren't scoring super fast. So it was keeping that defense rested, and the defense was playing much better scheme, keeping Kyler off his game, so they felt they had to score more often than not. So big victory, only giving up 21 points. To a lot of teams, it'd be like, like the Steelers, like, oh, we give up 21 points, all bougie and everything. But the Seahawks giving up 21 points, that's pretty good. And the fact that they gave up 23 the previous week to the Rams when they shouldn't have given up that much too. So I thought Seattle, with the exception of kicking themselves in the foot with a couple penalties to extend drives, did a really good job. So with all that being said, we will be previewing the easiest stretch of the Seahawks season, but we're going to take it one game at a time. The next 4 games are all against perennial losers this season. First up is the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll preview that show on Thursday. We'll get into that one and the keys to the victory. That team's in all sorts of turmoil after they lost again to the Cleveland Browns. They are now 3-6-1, I believe. So they're technically in first place in the NFC least. So we'll see what happens with that one. But this is a great win, guys. Love it. Enjoy it. We're 7-3. And if the Rams go down tomorrow, we're in first place all alone once again. So I hate to say it, but go Brady and the Bucks. But just for this Monday night coming up tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Seattle Seahawks rock, baby. Big time victory. Russell Wilson. Hats off to the defense, too. Carlos Dunlap, what a hell of a game. Go Hawks.